Hello everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Horizons, episode 20 now. In today's video, we are going to be sending the MinSat-1 probe into a polar orbit of Kerbin's smallest moon, Mimas. Let's get right to it. So, we are back with the MinSat-1, and we are already departing Kerbin and are on our way towards Mimas. So we will be getting a gravity assist from the Mun, meaning that we will fly by the Mun to get extra fuel out of this thing. And that's more fuel efficient. So we need to get an encounter with the moon Mimas. So I'm going to use the maneuver tool right here, which is really useful. Okay. So as you can see, I'm adjusting this slightly. I'm making a mid-course correction. So this maneuver will make it so I have a good encounter with the moon Mimas. So as you can see, I'm pulling these icons back and forth. So it looks like normal up and down, normal and anti-normal don't work. So let's use radial. Okay. So I'm not sure about radial. But I think I might have to do a second mid-course correction from the looks of it. Okay. So I want to get a near polar. Also, this mission's pretty high stakes, since I don't have a lot of Delta V. I only have 373 meters per second left in this upper stage. So let's do our mid-course correction. Number 1. Missions in real life do this. For example, the Artemis 2 mission, when it was on the way to the moon. It had a couple of mid-course corrections to fine-tune its trajectory. I believe it did 2 of them. And it was meant to do 3, but since the first 2 were so good, it didn't have to do another one. So right there, I just overshot my burn. Okay. So we're going to reduce the maximum throttle on the swivel, so I can fine tune my trajectory. That's good. Yeah, that's fine. So we're going to do a flyby of the Mun first, and we'll do another mid-course correction around there. So here we are, leaving Kerbin. Let's make sure to deploy our antennas, so we can still communicate with Kerbin, even while we're out past the Mun's orbit. Okay, no new signs here. But anyways, here we go. Off to Mimas. So there's the Mun right there. It's going to give us a gravitational assist that will set us on our way towards Mimas. Okay, so we're about to enter the Mun's sphere of influence, and we will fly pretty close to the Mun, about 100 kilometers above the surface, and that will give us the extra boost we need to get out to Mimas. So we're going to do magnetometer reports. Okay, no science there. Already done. Here we go. flying past the moon. So here we are. That's Kerbin's largest and most iconic moon, the moon. But this is not where we're going, as we're going to a place much, much farther out, Minmus. So bye, moon. Okay. Gravity assist is now complete. Okay. So now we can do a mid-course correction. It's going to be in 5 hours. And now we can use anti-normal, I believe. No, that's normal. The normal icon, the shift our orbit, so that we can get a nice encounter. So I'm fine-tuning this using the maneuver tool. Oh. Yeah, it's good. No. So I'm trying to get to go directly over the South Pole. I think that's good enough. So let's say 48,000 meters. Yep, I can work with that. So anyways, actually I'm gonna move it a bit closer so I can get the nice science. For science. Okay, 7,000. Yeah, that's safe. I'm gonna try and get just a tiny bit closer to the poles. Yeah, that's nearly perfect. 7,000 meters. Okay, now we're warping to our second course correction. And it's going to bring us on the final trajectory towards Minmus. Okay, hour out. We are leaving the moon behind totally. Okay, we are now facing our maneuver node. It's going to be a 1 second burn. No, short. Okay, so we are doing the mid-course correction by throttling down our engine basically to 0. Alright, so we can bump up that throttle, and now we're good. So we have a nice polar encounter with Minmus. Okay, so it's going to take about 100 meters per second to enter Minmus orbit, but we can actually do 50 since it's closer to 100, because we need to get to the right altitude for ScanSat to actually work. 69,000. I'm gonna look around. Yeah, 79,000. So warp to that 17 days out. Okay, 15 days. So I also want to send some more Kerbals into orbit. I think that would be good. So I want to next send like some Kerbals into a polar orbit of Kerbin, so I can grind science using the crew report button. Since if you didn't know, crew reports are actually biome specific, meaning that they are different depending on what biome you're over. So I can get a lot of science from that, just from Kerbin. Okay, here comes the month. No, it's not the month. Okay. We're at Minmus. We have initiated the first flyby of Minmus. And we are super close to the surface. Just 4,500 meters above. Come on. Do the burn! Burn! Okay. Burn. Complete. Just doing some fine tuning. Okay. And it's official. We're in our correct orbit. We have entered orbit of Minmus. Okay, so that's a nice polar orbit. centric, but we'll like circularize. But first, we should collect low orbit data for Minmus. Okay, probe's onboard computers have successfully recorded current telemetry data. Give us 5 science, magnetometer. Okay, extending. Traced magnetic fields are magnified by the sensitive instrument and measured in real time as you orbit near the celestial body. It's almost like hearing the heartbeat of a planet, knowing if it's dead inside or if something is churning. 14 science points. Mystery goo. Okay. 12 science. Can I close that? No. Okay, now we can do barometer. Turn that on. As expected, vacuum. Temperature for thermometer. Collected and recorded temperature data from the environment. So it's good for space near Minmus. But let me check. So we need to be at about 70 kilometers to use our ScanSat. Okay, so let's warp out the apoapsis. Here we go. Over Minmus. And we still have a great connection from here. Wow. Don't need to do maneuvers for this. Pretty simple burn. 3, 2, 1, fire. So we are raising our apoapsis. So that's the same as our periapsis. Okay, 80,000. Doesn't have to be perfectly circular. And now we can also change our inclination to be a perfect 90. Because that's ideal for ScanSat missions. Okay, 90. Nope. Oops. Overburn. And you know, I still have 200 meters per second to spare. I could technically land this on Minmus if I wanted to, but I have no landing gear, and also that's a bit goofy. Okay. Overburned again. Down to not 0%, 1%, 0.5% for us. Come on, come on. Okay, perfect. So now we can detach our satellite. Perfect. Okay, so we are in a good polar orbit around Minmus, and we can start scanning. But first, let's do some science. Okay. Magnetometer, check. Telemetry, check. Barometer, check. Giving us a lot of science. Thermometer, check. And finally, let's start our ScanSat survey. Save the game, too. We are at ideal altitude above Minmus. As you can see, we're scanning in this band, in this FOV right here. It will take a couple of days, but soon we will have good data on the surface of Minmus. Okay. Telemetry. So as you can see, as we go up and down, we are getting more data on the surface of Minmus. Okay. Oh no! No, that's fine. Overwarped a bit. Okay, but we are filling out the elevation map of Minmus. Getting a full map. Okay. So as you can see, over time we're slowly filling in these gaps in our height map. Taking a couple days, but it will be filled out fully eventually. So after 22 days, we have fulfilled some milestones. We have gathered the first scientific data from Nimbus that's gonna give us like 5,000 funds and some reputation, and we completed our contract, and we got 90,000 funds. Nice. Okay, so we're still not fully done with the survey. I don't have any contracts. I don't know why I didn't close it out, but anyways. Are we done now? Ooh, almost. We almost have a full map of Minmus. And is that full? And yep. We have captured 100% of Minmus. That's crazy. So as you can see, we have height data. And from this data, it appears we have identified some flat, extremely flat terrain on Minmus, which could be ideal for landings, which all have an elevation of 0 meters. So these areas are extremely flat, and we should probably land our future probes and crews on them. But now let's beam back the data to the KSC, stop the survey. Let's read this. You grudgingly acknowledge that that the guys over at the Kerbal Astronomical Society were right. Minmus is really a moon. You wouldn't have believed it if you hadn't seen the telemetry scan with your own eyes. 25 science. Good. Okay. So that's mission complete. So we have sent a probe into orbit of Minmus and scanned the surface. So from that mission, we've gone 200 science. That's a lot. So let's see what we can unlock from that. Miniaturization. That gives us EVA experiments. Electrics. Gives us better batteries and solar panels. And we can get like propulsion, heavy rocketry, fuel, advanced connectors, aerodynamics. So I think I want to get miniaturization. Let me see. Ooh, life support is a thing. Let's see if I get this. Okay, so I'm thinking after I get electrics, so now I have electrics, I want to get storage technology, because that gives me the life support tank, which is useful for getting to like further places with Kerbals, because I have the USI life support mod installed. So if I go to the Mun right now, I won't be able to get there fast enough, and my Kerbals will probably die of starvation. So anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and next time we'll be sending a Kerbal into polar orbit of Kerbin. So anyways, hope you enjoyed, everybody, and see you next episode. Goodbye!